Direct from the Bob Bullock Texas State History Museum, it's the Texas Quiz Show. The quiz show about all things Texas for all Texas middle school students.
Welcome to the Texas Quiz Show, the academic competition about all things Texas. Brought to you by the Texas State Historical Association, the Texas General Land Office Save Texas History Program, the Texas Almanac, and the Summerfield G. Roberts Foundation. This program was made possible in part by a grant from Humanities Texas, which is the state affiliate of the National Endowment for the Humanities. I'm your host, Rick McCaslin. Our thanks go out to our good friends here at the Bob Bullock Texas State History Museum and the Texas Spirit Theater. Let's give a big round of applause for our contestants, our hosts, and our sponsors. This is the first semifinal round of the Texas Quiz Show Championship. This is part of a single elimination tournament to determine which Texas middle school knows Texas best. Throughout the competition, I will ask a series of different questions in each round. The first team to buzz in gets 10 seconds to answer the question. If Team 1 answers the question incorrectly, then Team 2 gets the opportunity to steal the question and answer it themselves. The only time these rules change will be on the final round when the teams will alternate turns answering questions. Questions will be worth different point values in each round. Does everyone understand the rules?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. The two teams competing in this round are Stell Middle School and Cotton Center Middle School. From Stell Middle School, we have Daniela Sierra, Carlos Cisneros, and Cristina Isabel Sanchez. And the rest of the team is here with their coach, Martin Leal. And now, from Cotton Center Middle School, we have Juan Munoz, Jennifer Hale, and Austin Barrow. And the rest of the team is here with their coach, James Higgs. We'll get to know our contestants better later in the show. Let's give our teams another big round of applause. And now let's get started with the first round, the lightning round. Now I'm happy. In this round, each question is worth 10 points, and you get 10 seconds to answer. Teams, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Audience, are you ready? Let's begin the Texas Quiz Show. Round 1, question 1. In 1915, a Texas law required children ages 8 to 14 to do what? To my left, Stell Middle School.
Can you repeat the question?
In 1915, a Texas law required children ages 8 to 14 to do what?
To take state standardized tests?
Not correct. For the Steel Cotton Center?
Go to school.
Correct. Next question. Weather vanes on the tops of Texas barns and houses are used to measure what? Stell Middle School.
Can you repeat the question?
Weather vanes on the tops of Texas barns and houses are used to measure what?
Wind speed and direction?
Wind direction is correct answer. One clap? Question 3. What is the second largest port in Texas? Stell Middle School.
Can you repeat the question?
What is the second largest port in Texas?
Port Isabel?
Not correct. For the Steel Cotton Center.
Port Galveston. Galveston?
Galveston, not correct. Corpus Christi is the second largest port in Texas. Next question. The Spanish name of the Texas town La Paloma means what in English? Stell?
The Dove?
Correct. Next question. Who developed the idea for the MASH, or Mobile Army Surgical Hospital? Stell?
Can you repeat the question?
Who developed the idea for the MASH, or the Mobile Army Surgical Hospital?
Susanna Dickinson.
No. Cotton Center for the Steel?
Can you please repeat the question?
Who developed the idea for the MASH, or the Mobile Army Surgical Hospital?
Robert E. Lee.
The answer is Michael DeBakey, which I'm sure a lot of people don't know. Dr. Michael DeBakey. What Texas town is named for a backwards sunset? Stell?
Sundown.
Not correct. Interesting. Cotton Center, any guesses?
Can you please repeat the question?
What Texas town is named for a backwards sunset? Do you have an answer for me?
Set sun.
Not a bad guess. Tessness. It's sunset spelled backwards. You're on the right track. I've not heard of it either, so. Which Texas governor was once the Texas Commissioner of Agriculture? Stell?
Can you repeat the question?
Which Texas governor was once the Texas Commissioner of Agriculture?
Todd Staples.
No. Cotton Center for the Steel.
Can you please repeat the question?
Which Texas governor was once Texas Commissioner of Agriculture? Any answer?
Sam Houston.
Rick Perry. That one sent me scrambling from my almanac, too. We haven't had that many Texas Ag Commissioners, so. Last question of the round, number 8. Waco boasts a skyscraper that is important to the town and its people. During World War II, the lights on this building were turned off at night. However, pilots flying into Waco requested the sign be turned back on because they couldn't find Waco without the lights from the building. What is the name of this building? Stell?
Waco Tower.
Not correct. Cotton Center for the Steel.
Waco Memorial Center.
Alico, or the Amicable Life Insurance Company building. That ends the first round of the Texas Quiz Show. The score is now Stell Middle School 20, Cotton Center Middle School 10. Yes. Now for a little more about our contestants. From Stell Middle School, we have Daniela, Carlos, and Christina. Carlos enjoys vacationing in Austin. What do you like most about Austin?
Well, in Austin, I like going to Soaker Park because I love to swim at Barton Springs in the summer. Even though the water is really cold, I get used to it pretty quickly. And I also like a lot of the eateries that we have a lot in Austin. There's some eateries that you can never find back home.
Good answer. Christina, I see your favorite moment in Texas history, and this was intriguing, Pineda mapping the Texas coast. Why is that?
I thought it was very important to it helped us map the exact, what do you say? I mean, how do you say? The exact, I don't know, but it helped.
It was a step on finding out where we were, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so people could find their way back since it's such a great place. Wouldn't want to get lost on the way. I'm agreeing with you. And I love old maps, so I'm with you. Daniela has a favorite sports team, the San Antonio Spurs. What about this team that you like so much?
I like how they play.
The fact that they win?
Yes.
That's a good one. Great answers, guys. Now for our other team from Cotton Center Middle School, we have Austin, Jennifer, and Juan. Austin's favorite movie Texan is Chuck Norris. It's what he said, guys. So what is your favorite movie for Chuck Norris?
Walker, Texas Ranger.
That's a fair enough answer. Juan loves to go fishing with the family. What's your favorite place to go fishing?
My boss's lake. My dad's boss.
No, where's your favorite place to go fishing?
Well, I'm not sure.
All of it?
Well, yeah, let's just say all.
All different. Yeah. Good answer. When you can't pick one, go for all of them.
Got it.
Our last contestant on stage is Jennifer, whose favorite place to vacation is Amarillo. Why Amarillo?
I just like to go visit different cities, and that's just one of my favorites that I've been so far.
Have you been to the Big Texan yet?
No.
Tackle the 72-ounce steak?
Oh, yeah. I don't know what that place is called.
You get it free if you eat the whole thing. And some people have actually managed to eat two. That's just horrifying. Thank you for those answers. That's great. Thank you for sharing. Now for more quiz show action. Let's get back to the show. Let's move into round two. Excellent. Celebrate Texas is a series of 60-second video presentations from well-known Texans that recall the many outstanding accomplishments made by other Texans. In this clip, actress Summer Glau takes us to West Texas and shares the story of Texas' new black gold, wind energy. After the video, a question will be asked. You will have 10 seconds to write down your answer, and then you will be asked to hold up your answer. Okay, roll the video.
As the price of oil goes higher and higher, our Texas is once again leading the nation, developing energy for a new century. Here they are, each of them twice as high as the Statue of Liberty, with blades wider than the wingspan of a jumbo jet. All across Texas, there are now dozens of wind farms like these, all of them harnessing the wind for clean, renewable energy. Texas is now producing more energy from wind than the next 3 states combined, and that includes California. We've got a long way to go until our country goes green, but it makes me proud to know that Texas is taking some of the first steps in that direction, because it's the wind that's our new black gold.
Very good. This is a 20-point question, by the way, which is available to both teams if you answer the question correctly. The question is, Texas areas, including the Panhandle, the Gulf Coast, and the Trans-Pecos, have some of the nation's greatest wind power potential. The largest wind farm in Texas has 627 towering wind turbines churning out electricity across 100,000 acres of West Texas farmland. In what town is this wind farm located? Okay, contestants, you have 10 seconds to answer the question. All right, hold up your answers. Stell Middle School has put up Big Spring. That is not correct. And Cotton Center has said Sweetwater, Texas. That is not correct. The actual correct answer is Roscoe, Texas. So no one got the 20 points. For more information regarding Celebrate Texas, please visit the website at celebratetexas.tSSA.org. After the end of this Celebrate Texas round, the score stands at Stell Middle School 20 points, Cotton Center Middle School 10 points. All right, round 3. First question. What does an anemometer measure?
Can you please repeat the question?
I knew you'd make me do that. What does an anemometer measure? Stell.
The amount of animals in an area.
Amusing, but wrong. Cotton Center for the Steel.
Water.
Wind speed. Anemometer. Now that I've mastered it, I'll probably never be able to say it again. Second question. What is Dallas's public transportation system consisting of, Stell?
Dallas Metro.
Not correct.
Can you please
Center?
repeat the question?
What is Dallas's public transportation system consisting of buses, light rail, and vans called?
Dallas Public Transportation.
DART. D-A-R-T, Dallas Area Rapid Transit. Number 3, what industry's high rates during the late 1800s hurt farmers and led to the formation of organizations such as the Grange? Stell?
Can you please repeat the question?
What industry's high rates during the late 1800s hurt farmers and led to the formation of organizations such as the Grange? You have an answer?
The agricultural industry.
Not correct. Cotton Center for the Steel?
Railroads.
Correct. Fourth question. At what fort in El Paso, Texas, was German scientist Werner von Braun stationed after World War II? Cotton Center.
Can you repeat the question?
At what fort in El Paso, Texas, was German scientist Werner von Braun stationed after World War II?
Fort Davis.
Not correct. For the Steel, Stell?
Wild guess here. Fort El Paso.
No. Fort Bliss is the big fort at El Paso. Next question. What major industry developed in East Texas in the late 1800s?
The oil industry.
Not correct. Cotton Center for the Steel.
Can you please repeat the question?
What major industry developed in East Texas in the late 1800s?
Industrial.
Lumber industry. Came in right before the oil did. Next question. From what Texas fruit is wine made?
Grapes.
Excellent. Next. What epidemic affected people worldwide in 1918, 1919 and caused some? Stell?
Influenza.
Correct. Next question. At one time, this city advertised itself as the Geyser City due to its abundance of naturally heated artesian wells. What is the name of this city? Stell?
Can you please repeat the question?
At one time, this city advertised itself as the Geyser City due to its abundance of naturally heated artesian wells. What is the name of this city?
Grand Saline, Texas.
Not a correct answer. Cotton Center.
Can you please repeat the question?
At one time, this city advertised itself as the Geyser City due to its abundance of naturally heated artesian wells. What is the name of the city?
Big Springs.
Those are both good choices, but it was actually Waco. Well done. After round 3, our score stands at Stell Middle School 40 points, Cotton Center Middle School 20 points. Y'all can clap. There you go. Cheer them on. It's hot up here. Okay. This will be the Texas Almanac round. We're going to show you an image on the side screens, left and right. There's Willie on the front of the Texas Almanac. The Texas State Historical Association plays a key role in developing the Texas Almanac, a biennially published reference work providing information for the general public on the history of the state and its people. One of the regular features involves images found in the photo archives of the Texas Almanac. The following image has been pulled from the most recent volume of the Texas Almanac. Can everyone see the image clearly? Good. What I'm going to do is ask you a question about this image, such as where it is or what it is. You will then have 10 seconds to write your answer on a card. When the time is up, I'll ask you to hold up your answer. This is a 25-point question. It's available to both teams if you answer the question correctly. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Audience, are you ready? This image was taken at Lost Maple State Natural Area. Like this river, which body of water does the Rio Grande empty into? Time is up. Hold up your answers. Stell is holding up Gulf of Mexico, and so is Cotton Center, and they are both right. So both of you answered correctly. Both of you get 25 points. The Rio Grande River indeed flows into the Gulf of Mexico. At the end of this round, the image round, the score stands at Stell Middle School 65 points, Cotton Center Middle School 45 points. Moving on to round 5. This round, the question is worth 25 points. This is a video round. This round is sponsored by the Texas General Land Office. It's presented by Commissioner Jerry Patterson, the Commissioner of the Texas General Land Office. After the video, a question is asked. You will have 10 seconds to write down your answer. Then you will be asked to hold up your answer. Are we ready? Let's roll the video.
I'm Texas Land Commissioner Jerry Patterson, and I'm standing in the historic archives of the Texas General Land Office in Austin. The Land Office is a special place for Texas history. Our archives protect documents that tell the story of Texas land, including thousands of maps and surveys dating back hundreds of years, and documents from Texas heroes like Stephen F. Austin and David Crockett. I'd like to invite you to visit the Land Office and see these treasures for yourself. Learn more about the Land Office Save Texas History program at savetexashistory.org. And now here's the question. Considered one of the first celebrities in American history, this Western frontiersman and Texas revolutionary hero was one of the 189 men who fought and died at the Alamo. He is famously remembered for telling people in his home state, "You all can go to hell. I am going to Texas." Who was this famous frontiersman and Alamo defender?
Okay, contestants, you have 10 seconds to write your answers. Doesn't appear that you need the full 10 seconds. Each of you hold up your answers. Stell Middle School says David Crockett, and Cotton Center Middle School also says David Crockett. He would be thrilled to know that you didn't call him Davy. So both of the schools got the answer correct. Both of them get their 25 points. Let's see what Commissioner Patterson has to say.
The answer is David Crockett. Crockett was called the King of the Wild Frontier. He is also considered a genuine Texas hero because he came to Texas, fought in one of the most iconic battles in world history, and died in the name of liberty at the Alamo.
Very nice. Congratulations, both schools. You both answered correctly. You both get 25 points. That means round 5 is now concluding with the score standing at Stell Middle School 90 points, Cotton Center Middle School 70 points. Now it's time for round 6. Questions this round are worth 20 points, but you still have 10 seconds to answer. Teams, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Audience, are you ready? Round 6, question 1. What blacksmith from Nacogdoches assisted in important negotiations with the Cherokees? Stell?
Can you please repeat the question?
What blacksmith from Nacogdoches assisted in important negotiations with the Cherokees?
Pass.
Cotton Center for the Steel?
Pass.
William Goyens. Next question. What Texas town gets the nickname Little Alsace because of the distinctly European architecture its founder created there? I would say Cotton Center.
Nacogdoches.
Not correct. Stell for the Steel.
May you please repeat the question?
What Texas town gets the nickname Little Alsace because of the distinctly European architecture its founder created there? Do you have an answer?
Pass.
Castroville, for Henri Castro. Third question. What is the name of the oldest permanent Polish settlement in the United States? And it means Virgin Mary. Stell?
Can you please repeat the question?
What is the name of the oldest permanent Polish settlement in the United States? It means Virgin Mary.
Nacogdoches.
Not correct. For the Steel, Cotton Center.
Can you please repeat the question?
What is the name of the oldest permanent Polish settlement in the United States? It means Virgin Mary.
Virgen Maria.
Panna Maria. What elected public office has final approval authority for criminal pardons? Stell?
The judicial branch.
Not correct. Cotton Center?
Can you please repeat the question?
What elected public office has final approval authority for criminal pardons?
The House of Representatives.
Actually, it's the governor. Number 5. What symbol was adopted at the Convention of 1836 to represent the new Republic of Texas? Stell?
The Lone Star.
Correct. Next question. In which Texas town is the oak tree that an 1870 survey claimed to be the center of Texas? Stell?
Can you please repeat the question?
In which Texas town is the oak tree that an 1870 survey claimed to be the center of Texas?
Just another wild guess. Oakland.
I thought you might get this one with a wild guess.
Can you please repeat the question?
In which Texas town is the oak tree that an 1870 survey claimed to be the center of Texas?
Brady.
Center, Texas. Now you see why I thought you might get it with a wild guess. When he said wild guess, I thought, oh my God, he's going to get it. Awesome. Oh, well. Question number 7. In the Republic of Texas, how many times could you be president? Stell?
Twice.
Not correct. In the Republic of Texas,
Can you please
Cotton
repeat
Center?
the question?
In the Republic of Texas, how many times could you be president? Do you have an answer for me?
3.
as many times as you wanted, as long as there was another person elected between terms. Last question of the round. What was the first war that Texas fought in for the United States? Stell?
Can you please repeat the question?
What was the first war that Texas fought in for the United States?
The Mexican War?
Correct. That concludes round 6. The score is now Stell Middle School 130 points, Cotton Center Middle School 70 points. This year, the Texas Quiz Show is introducing a segment that has involved hundreds of fourth graders statewide. Fourth graders wrote questions on all things Texas history and submitted them to the TSHA for this segment. Angie Lino from Houston submitted a question that was chosen for today's competition. This is a 30-point question, which is available to both teams if you answer the question correctly. Remember, you have 10 seconds to write down your answer. Then you will be asked to hold up your answer. Teams, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Audience, still with us? Let's play Are You Smarter Than a Fourth Grader? The question is, in what year was the Texas Constitution adopted? Remember to write your answer on your placards. I'll ask you to hold up your answers shortly. Both teams, please hold up your answers. Both teams have 1876 on their cards. Both teams are absolutely correct. Congratulations to both of them. You both get 30 points. That concludes round 7 of the Texas Quiz Show. The score is now Stell Middle School 160 points, Cotton Center Middle School 100 points. We are now headed into round 8, the final round, the crucial last round, the category round. In this round, we have 6 questions in 6 different categories as shown on the board to my right and to my left. The categories are history, politics, economics, weather, geography, sports, and entertainment. Each team will have the opportunity to choose a category and 10 seconds to answer the question from that category. If Team 1 makes a wrong answer or exceeds the 10-second limit, Team 2 will have the opportunity to answer the question correctly. Remember, these questions are worth a lot of points. The first question your team chooses is worth 20 points, the second is worth 30, and the third is worth 40 points. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. Are we ready, audience? Are we ready, teams? Yes. We're in our home stretch here. Let's see. Stell Middle School, you are in the lead. Choose your category.
Sports and entertainment.
Sports and entertainment. Sounds like a good start. Here we go. Your question is, a famous comedic actor known for his roles in The Pink Panther and Cheaper by the Dozen was born and raised in Waco, Texas. He's a wild and crazy guy. Who is he?
Steve Martin.
Absolutely correct. Okay. Cotton Center for 20 points. Pick a category.
History.
One of my favorites. Your question is, what impresario founded a Mexican colony near Victoria in 1824? Do you have an answer for me?
Cabeza de Vaca.
Not correct. For the steal, Stell?
Green DeWitt.
That's very close, but it's actually Martin de Leon, his neighbor. Okay, Stella, pick a category for 30 points.
Politics.
Politics it is. Question, what state agency is responsible for cleaning up oil spills along the Texas coast?
Texas Parks and Wildlife.
Not correct. For the Steel, Cotton Center. Do you have an answer for me?
Coastal Plains Oil Spill Cleanup Center.
I'm impressed with the complexity of that guess. But it's the General Land Office. It's Jerry's problem. The guy was up there. Okay. Cotton Center for 30 points.
Weather.
There it is. Your question is, moving west across Texas, how much does average annual precipitation decrease for every 15 miles?
Seven inches.
Not correct. For the Steel, Stell?
0.1.
Not correct. It's 1 inch for every 15 miles. Stell, 40-point category. You have 2 left.
Economics.
Economics it is. In 1938, Hispanic women doing what job protested a cut in their wages?
Working in maquiladoras.
No. Cotton Center for the Steel.
Making baskets.
Shelling pecans. Cotton Center for 40 points. The final category is geography. So here's your question. Which Spanish explorer took over for De Soto and explored much of East Texas?
Cabeza de Vaca.
Not correct. Stell? Do you have an answer?
Panfilo de Narvaez.
Some very good guesses here today, but no, that's not correct. Luis Moscoso. He was second in command under De Soto. De Soto died of a high fever on the Mississippi River, and Moscoso led the survivors into Texas, trying to get out. That's it, everyone. The final score of this round of the Texas Quiz Show is Stell Middle School with 180 points, Cotton Center Middle School with 100 points. Our winner is Stell Middle School. Congratulations for all of us here at the Texas Quiz Show. Congratulations to Coach Martine Leal and all the students of Stell Middle School. Congratulations also to Coach James Higgs and all the students of Cotton Center Middle School. Let's have a big round of applause for all of our amazing competitors. Once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, the Texas State Historical Association, the Texas General Land Office Save Texas History Program, Humanities Texas, the Texas Almanac, and the Summerfield G. Roberts Foundation. And let's have a special round of applause for the Bob Bullock Texas State History Museum. For the Texas Quiz Show, I'm Rick McCaslin.